welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Carla and I'm a makeup enthusiast that loves to create looks and have fun with the makeup that I already have, and occasionally I like to buy new products and do, a review for you guys. So if that is something that you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave. Alright guys, let me tell you about today's video. Well, before we get into the video, if you hear me, if I sound a little bit weird and stuffy and nasally and stuff, I got COVID. Remember last video whenever I said that I felt my throat getting funny and scratchy and stuff? Well, I ended up getting sick, and yeah, I have COVID. I am fine. Honestly, the worst part right now is just how stuffy I am, how congested I am, and how I cannot get rid of any of this. I feel like I don't know, I feel like it's just inflammation and not really me having stuff inside. Because yeah, I'm not gonna get into details, guys, that's gross. But anyway, I feel like I'm just inflamed, so I'm just trying to take it one day at a time and staying hydrated, rest as much as I can, and well, here I am drinking a immunity boost juice, so cheers. Okay guys, so let me tell you about today's video, which I am very excited about for two reasons. One, because we're gonna be talking about my favorite makeup product in the world, which is eyeshadow palettes. I love a good eyeshadow palette, and I love talking about eyeshadow palettes, and I love playing with eyeshadow palettes. And I've said eyeshadow palettes so many times. Please don't take a shot every time that I say eyeshadow palettes in this video. Anyway, and not only because we're talking about eyeshadow palettes, but because this video is in collaboration with the beautiful Machaela. This video was her idea. She reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to do a collab with her, and I immediately said yes. She is a beauty YouTuber, and she shares very similar content to mine. She has project pans. She shares her favorite products. She has her empties of the month, her purchases of the month. She's also subscribed to Boxycharm, so she does a monthly unboxing of Boxycharm and try on. So if that is something that you're interested in, and if you enjoy my content, I'm pretty sure that you're also going to enjoy hers. And not only that, in addition to that, in addition to all of the amazing things that she already does, she is also a mom. So occasionally she shares mommy tips and mommy ideas and mommy hacks. Definitely go and check her out. I'm gonna leave all her information in the description box down below, and I'm gonna leave this video, but her version, also linked in the description box down below. Go and check her out and give her a big thumbs up. And we are going to be talking about eyeshadow palettes, and specifically favorite eyeshadow palettes by color family. So we're going to start with the first category, and this is going to be my favorite neutral or nude eyeshadow palette, and this is going to be the Natasha Denona Ayana palette. This one right here, guys, I think this one was a Boxycharm release. The one that I can think of that is very similar to this one that Natasha Denona has is the Camel eyeshadow palette, which is also a 5-pan eyeshadow palette. This one, I just found it very pretty, very simple, very easy to work with. You got your very basic tones, you got your transition shade, you got a little bit of a deeper shade to maybe, just get a little bit of definition. And this one, if you want to smoke things out, or if you want to do like an eyeliner type of thing, and you have two shimmers over here. This palette is just absolutely beautiful. Not only beautiful, but easy to work with because it's Natasha Denona's formula, guys. So yes, this one has to be my favorite neutral eyeshadow palette for this category. In the next category, we have my favorite pink eyeshadow palette. And for this one, I did have quite a few pink ones, and I was very hesitant into which ones were my favorite ones, but then I realized some of them pulled out more purple, some others pulled out more red. So, I couldn't choose those, even though I like them better, but because they were not actually pink, I couldn't choose them, or not that I couldn't, I just decided not to because they are not true pink. This one, on the other hand, it's absolutely true pink, and this is the Colourpop Melt For You eyeshadow palette. This is a 5-pan eyeshadow palette. This one was a limited edition from last year's Valentine's Day collection. And honestly, this eyeshadow palette is very pretty. And even though this one over here, I think it's called a satin, which is a matte with glitter. It's not my favorite one, but it does look very pretty, honestly, once you put it on your eyes. And then these two shimmers are just absolutely gorgeous. I know that they look very similar on the pin, but this one pulls out more gold rose, and this one has more of a pink sort of shade, more like a duochrome type of shade. So for my favorite pink eyeshadow palette, this one is Melt For You from Colourpop. For the next category, this is my favorite mauve eyeshadow palette. This one was a hard one, guys, because I really don't think that I have a lot of mauve tones in my collection, but I think that this is the one that it's the closest to it. And honestly, it's a really good one and I like it. And this one is the new nude from Huda Beauty. This eyeshadow palette looks like this, and as you can see, these shades over here to me are like mauve tones. This Secret, Tease, Raw, Teddy, Spank, Tickle, you know, all of these shades to me are more on the mauve side. You might think differently and that's okay, but these shades, I don't know guys, the mattes on this eyeshadow palette are just absolutely gorgeous. They're very pigmented. They're a little bit powdery, but that makes it very easy to blend. So if you're on the look for a high-end mauve eyeshadow palette, I definitely recommend this one. Alright guys, next is my favorite purple eyeshadow palette, and this one was a no-brainer. This one is the It's My Pleasure from Colourpop. This eyeshadow palette over here has just the most beautiful tones of purple. Like, you have a lot of variety in here, even though it's purple and it's one of their monochromatic eyeshadow palette. This one has a lot more variety with this Sleeper shade, which is a very deep, and then you have this one Pretty Cruel, which is like a, I don't know, like a kind of like a neutral shade with a little bit of, with a hint of purple, just so it goes along with everything else. And then you have like different finishes. You have a foil finish, you have shimmer finish, and you know, this one is like very metallic, very foily. And then it's just absolutely pretty, guys. You can get so many looks with this one eyeshadow palette, so definitely recommend it, because this one, guys, is just absolutely beautiful. If you are into purples, definitely go and check this one out. Next, we have my favorite berry eyeshadow palette. This one was a hard one because I had like 2 or 3 over there, and even though this one is berry for me, guys. People will say that maybe it's more on the red side, but to me it's berry, and let me explain why. First of all, this one is the Cherry Crush from Colourpop. This eyeshadow palette over here, it's a 9-pan eyeshadow palette, and why do I think it's berry even though it looks very red? Well, first of all, these colors over here are more on like the purple-ish side, so to me it reminds me of blackberries. These ones over here definitely are more on the pinks, I mean on the red side, which reminds me of strawberries, and this side over here are more on the hot pink type of color, so it reminds me of raspberries. So hey, blackberry, strawberry, raspberry, all of them are berries. So for me, this is a berry palette. So yeah, this one is definitely my favorite berry eyeshadow palette, and if you are into these tones, unfortunately this one, it's no longer in stock, was a limited edition, but if you have it, this one is definitely a very beautiful very beautiful berry tone eyeshadow palette. That one was like a tongue twister. Berry tones. Next, we have my favorite pastel eyeshadow palette, and this one, guys, was a no-brainer. I got this one this year, and I'm pretty sure that you already know if you have watched my channel since I started. This one is my Natasha Denona pastel palette. This one, guys, is just absolutely stunning. There's no way this palette will never be my favorite pastel palette, unless, you know, Natasha comes up with something prettier than this. But this one, guys, is just, it just has everything that I would like for a pastel eyeshadow palette in a Natasha Denona's formula. So this one over here and this one over here, and even this one, guys, oh my god, these 2 shimmers are just absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at this. Just look at that. It's so pigmented, so bright. And then this one over here also, it's just, ugh. It's just absolutely stunning, guys. Like, it's the beautiful colors in a Natasha Denona formula. So yes, this one was a total no-brainer for me. My favorite pastel eyeshadow palette has to be the Natasha Denona pastel palette. Guys, let me take a quick break over here, and I just want to say, you know, I feel like my brain is all over the place right now. I feel like I do have COVID brain, so if this video comes out a little bit, I just want to apologize. I scripted everything, but still, like, I don't know. I feel like I've done some weird things this especially today and yesterday, you know, and I feel like it's just, I don't know what it is. Obviously, it's me being sick from, you know, this, but yeah, I don't know, guys. Sorry if I'm not being as entertaining as I could be. I didn't mean to, or sorry if it feels like I'm all over the place. Okay, next one. This one was also a no-brainer. This one was my favorite green. This one is my favorite green eyeshadow palette, and guys, it's obvious that I had to choose the Colourpop The Child eyeshadow palette. This one, let me be careful with this one, because I've seen videos where this shade, the Force, so strong that it actually falls out. Hasn't happened to me yet, but I don't want it to happen, so I'd rather be careful. Anyway. This eyeshadow palette, guys, if you are afraid of color, but you like greens and you would like to try some greens, this is definitely the palette to go. This eyeshadow palette makes greens so wearable. It's so easy to blend them, so beautiful. You can't go wrong with this eyeshadow palette, I promise you. This green eyeshadow palette is just everything. You will not regret it. And the formula on this one is definitely beyond good. Like Colourpop eyeshadow formula can be a hit or miss, but this one, because it's a collab, they usually have a better formulation, and this one is no exception, guys. This eyeshadow palette, I absolutely recommend it. This one over here, Right Hand Mando, it's so beautiful for the inner corners. This one over here, Sipping Soup, is just like a beautiful, for me, one and done. Or if you want to do a little bit on top of it, you can add this one over here on their crease, and then this one is just, I don't know, guys, there are so many looks that you can come up with this one, and every single one of them is so beautiful. So if you are into greens, or if you want to start getting into greens but you're kind of afraid of seeing all, you know, the bright greens that you have seen out there, definitely check this one out. You will not regret. Next is my favorite red eyeshadow palette. So this one is my main squeeze from Colourpop. This one is another one of their monochromatic collection. It's very beautiful, honestly, in my opinion. Of course this light bulb went off. Okay, give me a second. Okay, it's fixed. Let's see how long it lasts. I still need to charge those batteries, guys. I haven't done it. But this eyeshadow palette over here is just beautiful. It's very red, and even though a lot of the looks come out looking about the same with this 9-pin eyeshadow palettes, they usually, like, the tones are very similar, so you're very limited into the looks that you can create with it, even though you have 9 colors. But this one, where I see that it works very well, is if you put this one on your outer corner, any of these mattes, and then this golden shade over here, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. Favorite red eyeshadow palette, main squeeze from Colourpop. Next is my favorite orange eyeshadow palette, and even though I have the 9-pin one, I had to go in with another one, guys, and this one is a little quad. This quad is also from Colourpop, but this one is from their Hello Kitty collection. This one is the Teenie Mini, and just look at this beautiful. It's a very beautiful eyeshadow palette. You have 4 colors, but even though you have only 4, I feel like you have more variety than the actual 9-pin eyeshadow palette, because again, the colors in the 9-pin eyeshadow palette are almost all the same intensity. This ones, they don't. You got your Itsy Bitsy over here, which is a very dark rusty shade, and it does look like a rusty shade. So this is how this one, oops, you got it over here. You see? It looks very dark. And then you get your hula hoop over here, this one with the orange print, so beautiful. And this is how it looks like. Like, you do see the difference between these two. And then obviously you got your sandcastle and beachy over there. Very beautiful shimmers. Definitely a palette that I recommend if you're into orange eyeshadow palettes. Alright guys, next one is going to be my favorite yellow eyeshadow palette. And even though I have 2 different yellow ones, the only one was only matte colors, so I had to go in with this one, which is my Honey from Colourpop. This one, on the other hand, though, it's a mix of mattes and shimmers. Very beautiful. This shade over here, it's called Queen Bee. Oh my goodness, isn't it beautiful? I love just that shade itself. It's absolutely stunning, guys. Look at this. It's like very gold foil. I don't know, it's just, there's something about that shade that I just absolutely like and love and adore. And then also the shade Sunburst over here has a shift between blue and green whenever you apply it. Like, it's more, I don't know, look at those 2 shades. So beautiful, guys. So yes, definitely my favorite yellow eyeshadow palette has to be this one from Colourpop. Guys, next let's go in to my favorite blue eyeshadow palette, which, by the way, I'm not really big into blues, so this one was a hard one. I do have like 2 or 3 blue eyeshadow palettes. This one had to be my favorite one because it has, even though it's a quad, it has different undertones. So that's what made it special. And this one is the Cocoa Cutie from Colourpop, also from the Hello Kitty collection. This one right here, guys, even though it's only a quad, it has these 4 shades, but as you can see, this 2 over here and this 2 over here have a different undertone. This one over here has a more cool undertone, and this one has a more like kind of like a warm undertone. This one pulls a little bit more on the green yellow side, and this one definitely pulls more into the, well, maybe neutral, I don't know. But like I said, the reason why I chose this one is because it has different undertones, even though it's a small quad, I feel like you have more variety than you have on the other one. My favorite blue eyeshadow palette, Coco Kitty from Colourpop from the Hello Kitty collection. Okay guys, next we have my favorite colorful eyeshadow palette, and let me tell you, this one I have not used it. Okay, I haven't used it, it's new, I really haven't tried it, but I just really love the variety of colors that this eyeshadow palette has. And I know that I wanted to try it this month. I wanted to, you know, to do a look with it, but just a lot of things got on the way and I got sick and all of that. So anyway guys, but I really want to use this eyeshadow palette at some point in July. This eyeshadow palette that I'm talking about, my favorite colorful eyeshadow palette, it's trendy in Tokyo from BH Cosmetics. It's the only BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette that I own, but just look at this beautiful color story, guys. It's just absolutely stunning. You get every single color that you could possibly need. You get like all the colors of the rainbow. You get your purples, your blues, your greens, your yellows, orange. You get also your, over here, like you get one red and you get pinks. Like what else could you possibly need, you know? So this eyeshadow palette, guys, had to be my favorite colorful eyeshadow palette. Even though I have other colorful ones, they don't have as much variety as this eyeshadow palette has. So that's the reason why I had to choose this one, even though I haven't used it again. I promise I will use it. And actually, I will make a video whenever that happens, once I feel better, of course. Alright guys, we're down to my last two categories. And let me start with the Cool Tone eyeshadow palette. This one, again, is from the Cool Tone family. Which one is my Cool Tone favorite eyeshadow palette? It has to be that Taupe from Colourpop. You get this one over here, which is a Super Shock eyeshadow, which is absolutely stunning. Just look at this. Well, this one is a little bit dry already, but it was really pretty whenever, you know, it wasn't dry. By the way, if your Colourpop Super Shock shadows are dry, don't throw them away. There's something that you can buy to make them come back to life, and it's pretty good. So I can record a shorts for that later on. But yes, my favorite Cool Tone eyeshadow palette, that's Taupe from Colourpop. Alright guys, we're down to the last eyeshadow palette in this video, in this category. And of course, we already talked about cool tones, so guess what's coming next? That's right, warm tones. Which one is my warm tone favorite eyeshadow palette? Guys, this one was a no-brainer. This one is a classic. This one, whenever it came out, I feel like, you know, everyone would never stop talking about it. This one, a lot of people has touched pan in more than one shade. This one was just something new in the market whenever it came out. And I'm pretty sure that you already know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, this one is the Modern Renaissance from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one, guys, is just your perfect warm tone eyeshadow palette. This one is new because the other one was already old and all of that stuff. So yeah, I had to get a new one. But this, guys, is just your perfect warm tone eyeshadow palette. You get over here your kind of like cranberry tones, this one, this shade over here, this rusty shade, this browns, this just, I don't know guys, I don't know what it is about this eyeshadow palette, but it's so beautiful, and every look that I've made with this one in the past has come out just so pretty. Yeah guys, definitely a favorite one for warm tones. I had to choose this one, like it was a no-brainer, guys. Absolutely. I think that you get the point, you know, and I'm pretty sure that if you have this eyeshadow palette, you know it. I don't have to explain it. Again, my favorite warm tone eyeshadow palette, Modern Renaissance from ABH Cosmetics. Alright guys, that is it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and remember that this video was in collaboration with the beautiful Machaela Eileen, which information I'm going to leave in the description box down below. So definitely go and check her out, check her video out, check her channel out, subscribe to her channel, and all of that fun stuff. And also guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on that bell notification button so you don't miss any single one of my videos. Let me tell you guys, because I am sick, I might take a couple of days just to, you know, to rest. I hope I can be back maybe in a week. I'm gonna try to be back as soon as I can. I definitely don't want to take that long of a break. I will try to be back in a couple of days, but honestly, it all depends on how I feel. Again, I'm not feeling horribly, but I do need to rest. I find a little bit hard to, you know, talk a whole lot without, because I am having to breathe through my mouth because I'm very congested over here. It just makes it harder for me to, you know, talk and just continue talking on a nice pace or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for understanding, and I will see you soon. I don't know when, but I will see you soon. I promise. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.